Hello, everybody. Welcome to Emily's Playhouse. I'm Emily. It's Friday, 1 o'clock. What day is it? July 6th. Happy July. I hope you guys all had a great 4th of July. And we have a great show today. I'm going to start out talking about Ant-Man. I found this article about, what is it titled? Is the quantum realm key to undoing Infinity War's deaths? And I found it before Ant-Man and the Wasp came out, which I saw yesterday, which I'll talk about in a second. No spoilers. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, continuing my whole Marvel spiel going on this show for some reason. And then it's kind of up in the air after that. We might have some special guests coming today, which is going to be exciting. My sister's joining me today, which is pretty cool. And I really want to talk about My Chemical Romance, so I'm going to play some My Chemical Romance regardless of what I talk about today. So we got that going. So Ant-Man and the Wasp, no spoilers, but I saw it yesterday. It was the first day it came out, and I took my mom because we just binge watched all of the Marvel movies together a couple months ago, and we saw it, and I liked it a lot. It was obviously a filler movie, and it was good to see it after the whole Infinity War thing. We needed it. And you should definitely check it out too. Stop sleeping on Scott Lang because he's a valid superhero, like I said last week. And yeah, go see Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm not sponsored. They don't sponsor me, but I highly recommend it. Go see Ant-Man and the Wasp in theaters. Check local listings for your local theaters. Support local theater. All right, we're going to go into a quick music break, and then we'll be back to talk more about Ant-Man. This is Pump It, Radio Edit, by the Black Eyed Peas. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're listening to Emily's Playhouse on Hawk Radio. I'm Emily, joined by my sister Kristen, who is not talking today. So Ant-Man came out yesterday. Ant-Man and the Wasp, the sequel to Ant-Man, came out yesterday. And so in honor of that, I'm going to be talking about that. And I remember when Ant-Man came out, it was my junior year of high school. And I say it like it was like a zillion years ago. Yeah, it hasn't been that long, but it was a really good movie. He's honestly not my favorite superhero character, but Paul Rudd is Paul Rudd, and I like the Mexican guy Luis. He's great. So yeah, it's a great, and I liked him in Civil War too. He was great, and I care more about where Hawkeye is personally. Where's his movie? We need a Hawkeye solo movie. We really don't need a Hawkeye solo movie. Like, nobody's asking for it, but I care about where Hawkeye is. Where's my BB Hawkeye? Anyway, go see Ant-Man and the Wasp in theaters now. Yeah. So I have this article here called "Is the Quantum Realm the Key to Undoing Infinity War's Deaths?" Because Infinity War really hit everybody hard. I was not into Marvel movies before I saw Infinity War. It motivated me to, it was like, oh shoot, I gotta go back and watch and see how they got to here, So if you haven't seen Infinity War yet, definitely check it out because it's life-changing, honestly. And Avengers 4 is going to be even bigger and badder. And I'm so nervous, and I have no idea. Like, I keep seeing clickbait articles on, like, what's gonna happen, this character's gonna do this, and it's been rumored that this, and like they could literally say the most ridiculous thing, like anything, and I'd believe it. I'd be like, oh, they're right, like I saw, for example, real quick, I saw a post yesterday. I don't think it's true, but I saw a post that's like, is Loki really Bruce Banner? Because Bruce Banner currently cannot turn into the Hulk after the whole Ragnarok thing, and Loki can shapeshift, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen Infinity War, Loki dies in the first like 5 minutes. And so we think Loki is actually Bruce Banner, and Bruce Banner is actually dead. And what do you think? I think that's ridiculous, but for a second there they had me like, ooh, what if, So anyway, back to the topic at hand. Is the quantum realm the key to undoing Infinity War's deaths? Another Infinity War spoiler. A lot of people died. It's easier to name off the people who didn't die. Tony Stark, Captain America, I think, is still alive. Rocket Raccoon, I know for sure, and Bruce Banner. And there's a couple more. I think all the main Avengers are still around, like the 6 main. I'm pretty sure. We don't know about Hawkeye. Poor Hawkeye. Anyway, this article says, with Ant-Man and the Wasp hitting theaters, morose Marvel fans are hoping to have their spirits lifted after the emotional toll Avengers Infinity War took on them. The aftermath of the Snapshire, the clever moniker given to what happened after Thanos collected all the Infinity Stones and put use their terrible powers has left Marvel fans reeling and feverishly speculating as to how Earth's mightiest heroes can triumph over the Mad Titan in Avengers 4. After all, there are some very dead people who supposedly have sequels in the works. Spider-Man, Gamora. What'd you say, Kristen? Kristen said, "My BB." She likes Spider-Man. Those will be awfully short films unless the Avengers can figure out a way to save the day. Though many fans are keeping their fingers crossed that answer to Avengers' woes will be found within one of the most important parts of Ant-Man and the Wasp, the quantum realm. The quantum realm... Okay, I was going to explain it myself, but it goes on to explain it here. For those who don't remember, the quantum realm is an alternate dimension within the Marvel Universe where time and space don't obey the same set of rules that they do in our world. I mean, what else is new? That's the rules for everything, basically. Given its impossibly small size, it is only accessible through magical means or by harnessing the power of subatomic particles to shrink oneself down. As we learn in Ant-Man and the Wasp, the quantum realm is full of unknown power and possibility, so it stands to reason that it could potentially be harnessed in order to help restore balance to a universe that Thanos has thrown wildly off its axis. In order to find out what the future holds for quantum realm and the Avengers, our reporter Markia McCarty sat down with Ant-Man and the Wasp stars Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, and Hannah John Kamen, as well as director Peyton Reed. As per usual, our favorite answer came from Evangeline Lilly. Watch the video of... I don't have the video. It's whatever. So, what... Kristen, can I turn your mic on? I want you to discuss with me. Because I need somebody to talk to. You're red. You saw Infinity War, right?
I did.
How do you think they're going to bring your BB Spider-Man back?
You know, I don't know how to explain it, but they didn't die per se.
They're in the Soul Stone.
Yeah, they just kind of...
They partied in there.
They just kind of crumpled away. So, crumbled away.
Yeah.
They just kind of faded away into nothingness. So, I think somehow they're going to send the Avengers that are still living to go find them.
Ooh.
Like, that could be part of the movie, like they have to go rescue their friends. I don't know.
As somebody who hasn't seen you've seen like Ragnarok and that's it.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Marvel movies, so I don't really know what's going on. That kind of sounds like an episode of like Dora the Explorer. Like they have to go find their friends that are lost.
That reminds me, Avengers 4 could just be an episode like formatted like Dora the Explorer, and I'd still be crying at the end probably.
Probably. I mean, it sounds pretty riveting.
It's hard to talk about Ant-Man without spoiling the new one. But the quantum realm we knew is involved. We knew because Captain Marvel is the next one to come out, and we knew that one is going to go back in time, so it's not affected by Thanos. It's before. It's going to explain her.
So everyone's still going to be living still?
I mean, everybody's not going to be in it. It's like her story. Like it's her solo story. They're starting a new era of Marvel movies.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be her. And then, with Ant-Man and the Wasp, we knew it comes after, like it successes the events of Infinity War, so we knew somebody was gonna something happened, you know. I'm not gonna spoil it. Oh man, it's killing me though. You guys got to see it definitely. And but yeah, the quantum realm, I've heard stuff like that is gonna be key to bringing them back. But I've also did you see Civil War?
I don't think I did, and if I did, I probably just saw like bits and pieces of it.
So there's a scene, and this is the one that I think I've talked about this before, but this is the one that intrigues me the most. There's a scene where Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., is in this like holographic like room or something, and he's talking to his dead parents, but they're there, and it's a younger him. He's like 20 years old, and I forget the technology he uses is called BARF, and it stands for something, but they've been saying that that's going to come back, so they're going to use it to turn like everything holographic or something. I don't know.
Okay.
So, but yeah, he was able to like repress his memories or something by remembering the last time he spoke to his parents when he was a kid, and so yeah.
That's kind of weird, but kind of cool.
That's what I've seen, and I really hope, because that was a cool technology, making Robert Downey Jr. look 20 again, because that wasn't an actor, that was actually him, and they like made his wrinkles go away.
Oh, wow.
But
they used Facetune.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's my theory on Avengers 4, and I have a bunch more. You know, the Loki and Bruce Banner one was like, it threw me for a loop a little bit, but yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp is really good. I can't say enough good things about it. But yeah. That's all I really gotta say. In saying that, I'm gonna play a song that played in the movie last night. Spoiler alert. This is the only spoiler I'm gonna give. They played this song in the movie a couple times, and it's a fan favorite. So stay tuned. That was Come On Get Happy, also known as the Partridge Family theme, and you're listening to Emily's Playhouse on Hawk Radio. This next song I'm playing is called Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm. Stay tuned. That was Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm. You see what I did there? We talked about Ant-Man, and then I played that song. It all works out. Anyway, so this is going to be it's kind of weird, a really brief segment. By the way, that was a cover of a Michael Jackson song, in case you didn't know already. So this is going to be a really weird segment because I'm expecting some special guests coming in really soon. So I am going to talk about the show Impractical Jokers really quick. So Impractical Jokers is a favorite song of mine, show of mine. It came out, I first heard about it when I was in middle school, and my parents don't really like the show because it's dumb. And it is, I agree, but it's hilarious. It really brightens up my day every time I watch it. And I first heard about it on the bus. Like, my friend Sarah was like, hey, I don't even know what the context was. Like, she was just telling me they did this thing on Impractical Jokers, and I never watched it. And then I watched a clip, and it was really funny, and I just kind of kept watching, and I got hooked. And that was back in the early days, like when they were first starting out. And yeah, the first couple episodes actually, if I recall the scene. But yeah, so Impractical Jokers. Let me read here what it says. It premiered on truTV on December 15th, 2011. So yeah, I was in middle school. I was about 12, almost 13. And it follows Joseph Joe Gatto, James Murray, Brian Q. Quinn, and Salvador Sal Volcano, the 4 members of the comedy troupe The Tenderloins, as they coerce one another into doing public pranks while being filmed by hidden cameras. The show differs from other prank television programs, as the stars of Impractical Jokers do not know the details of the prank until the moment they are performing it on strangers. Once again, it's on truTV, and it's a really funny show. There's so many iconic segments, and I don't know, I just love it. So they go on to say they were 4 high school friends who attended Monsignor Farrell High School from Staten Island, New York, and they formed their comedy troupe in 1999 when I was born. And after a long and successful history, including winning the $100,000 grand prize in NBC's It's Your Show competition, the group went into television. In 2008, they filmed the pilot for a pilot episode for a scripted sitcom for Spike TV, but the show did not go to series. truTV announced that the series Impractical Jokers, originally slated to be named Mission Uncomfortable, on April 12, 2011, 8 months before the show's debut. Murray explained how the hidden camera format made sense based on the jokester's skills. We needed to find the right format. Thing is, we've been doing this for years, but when it's on camera, the embarrassment is amplified. Q and Salib said that when they gave their pilot episode to truTV, it was recorded on their iPhones. At the time they pitched the idea to truTV, Murray was VP of development for this production company, and that's not important. So, before every challenge, the Jokers explain where they are, what the challenge is, and what will happen if they fail. Often, but not always, the cast member or members performing the prank wears an earpiece, while the others have a mic in a covert location. Cameras are hidden near the area to capture the action. The challenge of the location is usually a public area or in or around New York City, such as a city park or store. The criteria of each challenge are the same for each of the Jokers competing in the round. If the Joker cannot complete their task, they get a thumbs down. At the end of the episode, the Joker or Jokers with the most thumbs down is punished, and the punishments are usually more embarrassing, humiliating, disgusting, painful, or scary than any of the other challenges. Punishments cannot be refused, or the Joker will be kicked off of the show. Sure. But yeah, Brian Quinn, James Murray, Salvador Volcano, and Joseph Gatto. And they are on season... Ooh, they haven't started season 8 yet, but... they are on season 7 right now. So 7 seasons of this stuff. And I remember in high school, I was in my television program then, and we tried to film like skits for our morning show, and I came up with the idea to do one. I stole one of the skits from them, and yeah. So we did that. We did the pencil one where they put like pencils into their book bags and stuff, and it was hilarious. So great show. Check it out on truTV. And I see my guests coming in right now, so I'm going to go to a quick music break. We'll be right back with Emily's Playhouse. Keep listening. Welcome back to Emily's Playhouse. I'm Emily. I'm here with my cousins, Leanne and Ben, and Parker. What's up? Soon to be cousin.
I'm here too.
Yeah, Kristen's here too. You already heard her. Really close.
Really close.
You're good.
Hello.
So today we're talking about Ant-Man, because Ant-Man and the Wasp came out yesterday. Technically today, but I already saw it. So
I haven't seen it yet. I'm really excited.
what do you think of Ant-Man? He's not my favorite superhero.
Well, see,
but
I like Hank, or not, excuse me, I like Scott Lang. I'm not a huge fan of Hank Pym, mainly just because, you know, it's like, he's pretty messed up if you read the comics and stuff, but Scott Lang is, like, still kind of messed up, right, Parker? Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, he's problematic in some ways, but
yeah. I mean, just the idea for, like, you know, like the Pym particles and stuff, where you can, like, you know, where something I actually read, which was pretty interesting to me, was that, you know, I'm sorry, I'm like,
no, go for it.
It's like, I'm just like kind of like going in and out of the mic. Yeah. But no, it's, you know, I guess, like, you know, it shrinks the atoms or like the space around the atoms so that things compress. But it's like, it doesn't take away anything from the mass, I guess. So it's like, if you were to shrink a van, the van would be like, it would weigh the same. It's just smaller.
Yeah.
You know, so.
No spoilers, but they used a lot of cars in the
I saw that in the trailer. Yeah, like they were driving the van and then like pressed a button.
Yeah, so it's really cool. They used a lot. They shrunk more stuff than just him, and it was really cool. Ooh. Really cool. You haven't seen it yet either, obviously.
I have not. I do like Ant-Man. I think he brings like a welcome change in tone sometimes, at least in the last Ant-Man movie. It was nice to pull away from like the overall universe and just see like a man.
Did the first Ant-Man come out before Civil War or after?
Yes, yeah, because remember, like, Hawkeye pulls Ant-Man out of the van. He's like, hey, this guy's ready to go.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I don't know. I felt like we needed it because it's kind of a filler movie, obviously, after Infinity War, but I feel like it's necessary because, like, ooh, Infinity War.
So how was was it good? Was it better than the first one? Was it just like, man?
It's about the same. You know, it had some, like, aspects of the first one. It's Marvel. It's good. But yeah, like the last like couple minutes of it and the end credit scenes, oh my god.
Was it like?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was.
Leanne, do you know anything about Marvel?
I do not know anything about Marvel.
As of like a month ago, I didn't either, so it's okay.
I will tell you, it just popped up on my newsfeed that if you go to Disney Springs this weekend, they are celebrating Ant-Man and the Wasp at the Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar.
They have like Ant-Man related foods and stuff.
Yeah, and you can get like the big huge burgers. They've like got like super big and large items, like a huge like whole plate sized burger and like big pretzels and like little baby
tiny
empanadas, like a little tiny
baby empanada.
Ant-Man has the best marketing. Okay, besides Deadpool. Deadpool had great marketing.
Deadpool is like in its own category. Did you see the Celine Dion?
No, I didn't, but I saw it. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't see it.
You haven't seen the Celine Dion trailer? Oh, it's so funny. It's just like she's singing and then all of a sudden it just like comes out and is so just grand and is like stretching out.
And the only way Celine can.
I love her and I love Deadpool, and I don't know, I just didn't watch it, and I was too busy on Infinity War to focus on anything else. Like that movie ruined me a little bit.
Oh my god, are you kidding? Like,
are you ready to watch Tony Stark die in the next one? Well, not the next one, but Avengers 4.
I thought he was gonna die in this, like in the first one, and so you know it's I don't know. Am I allowed to like talk about the movie, like about stuff that had happened?
Go for it. Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it.
It's been long enough. I talk about it all the time.
Yeah, you're right. Screw it. Yeah, if like they haven't seen it, that's on them.
Little ears.
Let's be honest here. Even like huge Tony Stark stans aren't like trying to act like it's not going to happen. People with Loki are like still crying on the internet. Like it's still devastating.
I was talking earlier. People think that so Loki died obviously in the beginning, and Bruce Banner can't turn into the Hulk. So people think that Loki is actually Bruce Banner, and Bruce Banner is actually dead.
I just want him to come back with no explanation. Be like, nah, I just tricked you again.
I'm back.
I think it is.
But like Tony Stark stands are truly just like, nah, he's gonna die. Everybody knows it. Like,
everyone knows.
There's no chance.
Well, I think it's because I never watched like any of this stuff on Disney Channel. You know, with the like, I guess the like Young Avengers.
Yeah.
But there's a theory that that Pepper is actually pregnant with their son,
and then that
he's gonna like when Tony Stark dies, he's gonna take over as Iron Man, and you know. Do that stuff and find the armor. And
I think
all that.
Ant-Man's daughter is going to be included too.
You think? Oh,
is she come in more in this one?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what she says in the movie. You have to see it. But
am I going to scream?
You might. I don't know.
Oh God.
It was a roller coaster, honestly. Like
That's good.
it was really funny as Ant-Man is.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just refreshing, I feel like.
Do the stakes feel low coming out of Infinity War, coming out of like just devastation and being like, well, this is all happening before and kind of concurrent with, and be like,
I don't know.
Just chilling.
I don't know. The main thought I had was I really like, because they made Ghost a girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that, and I really like the Wasp. So it felt like more like their movie. Like they didn't have to rely on Ant-Man as much.
Right.
Like he's still in it, obviously, but I really felt the connection with their characters, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, the Wasp was one of the founding members of the Avengers.
Yeah.
You know, and so seeing her like finally get her like spot, like her place in the spotlight,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's really cool. And just like seeing like, hey, she doesn't need, you know, anyone to help like train her. She's already trained. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to do the suit. And I'm hoping, anyways, that when we see the movie, that's what it is. She's just like, you know, going around and just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I like the whole story of them. Yeah, obviously they're trying to find what's her face's mom, Hope's mom.
Yeah.
And I like the whole story. It was just really, it was good. It was good. It was good. I took my mom, and she said that up until like the last like couple minutes, she felt like it was like a movie on its own, like just a regular action movie. She's not a huge fan of action movies, but she felt like on its own it was a good movie. You know, it holds up.
Cool. Right on. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that, actually, that it's like, you know, it's because Ant-Man really was just kind of that, like, okay, we need something happy and joyous. There's death and destruction everywhere.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're going to dial it back a little bit and, like, laugh and cry a little bit, maybe cry a lot. I don't know.
Maybe cry a lot.
Cry a lot. But, yeah.
But yeah. Leanne, have anything to add? What have you been up to? Moving on from Ant-Man. What's new with you?
We were talking about how she needs a NSYNC trivia.
Oh, you need NSYNC trivia?
Y'all, I would be all over it if you said, okay, Hawk Radio, coming in live, NSYNC aficionado, insert my radio name here. I feel like I would be so well informed.
Give us some. I played, was I talking about NSYNC the other week? I think I was. You missed it. But yeah, give us some trivia. I'll play an NSYNC song next for you. What's your favorite NSYNC song? I'll play it next.
Well,
the radio makes it.
well, I don't want to say pop because I feel like that's kind of a more classic, like everyone knows that. I'm going to say Space Cowboy.
That's my favorite too. I think I've played that on here before, but I'm going to do it
like
anyway.
we're related.
Or something.
Also, you all can't see it, but Emily came with a look today. She is sporting
Thank you.
a Hulk
I
tank.
always do, honestly.
Yeah, when you post pics, I'm always like feeling it because you come not only prepared for your audience, like informed, but you are like dressed. Like if someone walked in, they would be like, oh, I know what she's about. I know.
That's the nicest thing you ever said to me. Today, at least.
Maybe that can be my segment, Fashion Hour, you guys.
Fashion Hour.
Fashion Hour. Wait, you just like compliment other people?
We need one.
Like, wow, you just like, you look really good. It's like, yeah.
I wish I had more to contribute regarding the Marvel Universe.
That's okay.
But I'm a really nice person. So.
You should have seen. Okay, so on my last show was called You Dudes,
Yeah.
and we that was for a class. This is an internship.
Oh, cool.
And, yeah, it's super cool. And the last one was for I had to take a radio class, so that was like getting acquainted with the board and everything. And it was me and 3 other guys, and they were all talking about how Infinity War was coming out, and I was just all like, I don't care. I don't know anything. And then me and Mom binge watched them all like in the month of May, and I'm like, now I feel like I know everything.
And here I am.
It's crazy.
Ready for you. Yeah, I didn't see Infinity War, but it's fine.
What?
I saw it like 3 times.
Parker, you've seen it, right?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
It was
talked about like a million
life-changing.
times.
I did see the landmark of I was gonna say a landmark of a hero film, Incredibles 2.
Yes.
Blew
Was it
me
good?
away. Yeah,
Wait, you haven't
it's
seen it
a
yet?
I haven't.
it's a hallmark.
It's
so
Well, that's what we're
good.
gonna
Really?
go do. Great. We figured out a plan because
Not even
I'm
kidding. If you
horrible at
want to
texting.
go after this and see Incredibles 2.
We'll see. I
was-
really was not into it because I really wanted to see Jack older.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
like
it was a little off-putting to have it start
Like so
right
soon after that.
immediately.
That was my
Yeah.
whole thing. Like I love The Incredibles. No hate, no beef, but you know.
Although
I'll be-
it really is kind of a relatable film in the sense that you see them grow more as individual characters, and
Yeah.
That's
like especially
good.
for me, Viola was pretty relatable. As someone who
Have you
has
guys
been
seen
a
that thing? It's
teenager.
like Tony Ridinger.
Really
It's like there was a post. It's like before and after. It's like someone like an artist or something. Yeah, it's like someone like looked at his old picture and it's like, wow, that's a train wreck. He does not look like a young man. He looks terrifying. And so now he looks like this sweet, innocent young man who's
They
like,
kind of Disneyfied him.
yeah.
They really did. Well, do you all ever like remember when the first Incredibles came out and they had
No, I was like 5.
oh well, one time the Incredibles 1 came out, classic film.
I think I watched it. I think I watched it at your house for the first time. Like when I
Really?
first saw. I think so.
That's right. Yeah, y'all were like staying the night.
Yeah.
And we had gotten, it was like right after Easter because we got it in our Easter baskets. Like,
Oh, I got Fat Albert in an Easter basket once.
Not the movie. Like he was actually
Like-
hey.
Keenan Thompson as
With Kyla Pratt. That's a classic. Don't hate on Fat Albert.
it's a great, and Bill Cosby's in it.
Yeah. Oh.
Now he's in jail.
Oh.
too soon.
Going off of that, we're gonna listen to some NSYNC next. We'll be right back with more of Leanne's NSYNC segment. Goodbye. End of transmission. They've had enough. Welcome back to Emily's Playhouse. I'm Emily here with my cousins Ben, Leanne, and Parker, and my sister Kristen. There's a
Future
bunch of
cousin.
people. He is not yet. How long until you guys get married and I can call you my cousin?
3 months.
3 months.
That's crazy.
12 weeks.
And 19 days.
It's crazy. Talk about it some more.
So Parker is my fiance.
He's
We're
cute.
getting married. I think
Well,
so. Objectively, yes.
Y'all are
he is
great.
Very cute.
You're cute too.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
And I'm ugly.
No, you're cute too.
Yeah.
We got these genes of ours.
Yeah, we are a very attractive family. I
Yeah.
don't know if you knew that about us. We are
But-
very, very good looking.
You can Google my name, nothing will pop up. So
That's what he says.
Yeah, you got the little.
Hmm?
Don't you want to talk about our wedding and how great I am?
Sure. We are from Oklahoma as a group, and we've been dating for about 5 years, and we're getting married in October.
5 years? That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, we went on our first date in December of 2013, which is sort of controversial, as a record holds.
When the first date was is a little depends on who you're asking.
More
but
importantly, 2013 was 5 years ago.
yeah.
yes,
That's
absolutely
crazy.
amazing.
Kapow. Yeah, well, that's the
You
year
said
we
ka-chow?
graduated. I said kapow.
Oh.
Although I think kachow's much more relevant.
You're right.
Well, because we graduated high school in 2013,
Yeah.
which is also super weird. Life goes really fast after you graduate high school. I feel like you really just
It
move
really
right through.
does. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it's you like as soon as
Kristen
you
just checked her
graduate.
watch.
Well, that's
Well-
because high school feels like it's forever. Like high school goes on, it feels like it's the biggest deal in the world, and then when you're done, college feels like a blip. Like it's it's just
Yeah.
kind of that thing that you do,
You just kind of exist
and then you live
when
your
it's
life.
happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then once you graduate, you just continue to do that thing where you live and you do things. So
That was so deep.
Well, you just never leave school.
You just do things and then you continue to do things.
A glass is called a glass because it's made of glass.
Whoa. Oh my
well,
god.
I didn't know we were getting so philosophical
That's
today.
crazy.
I would have brought my. I was gonna say Bible, but then I hesitated.
Ah, you can tell it's an aspen by the way it is.
Do you guys listen to My Chemical Romance? I was going to talk about that today. Just because I had nothing else to talk about.
It's been a blip. If you'd like, I can Google something about them
Yeah.
for you.
Sure.
So
Go for it.
I never had a proper angsty phase.
You had
I
an emo phase?
No, I
I'm
did
still
not.
in mine.
No.
Until I was 15 years old, the only band on my iPod was Reliant K. I had one band and
You're
one
my
album.
hero.
So I missed everything. And then in college, freshman year of college, went through
Yeah.
a weird learned about pop punk and went back and it was great. Learned about
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy
It's-
for the first time.
Yeah.
Now he's super big into Mayday Parade.
What?
Cool.
Yeah, I don't feel it.
So-
That's okay for me.
It was like something I didn't even realize until last night. So we staying over at our uncle and aunt's house,
Mhm.
and a lot of their friends that come over, were there when we were younger.
Yeah.
And one of the guys who came over, his name is Keith. He's awesome. I love Keith. He's like the coolest guy in the world. And we were sitting there talking. He's like, "Yeah, Ben, I remember when you were like this tall with long hair, and you were just super emo, or
remember
like
that too.
gothic." And I was like, "Oh God, I really was, wasn't I?"
You really were.
Well, he had super long hair,
Yeah.
band T-shirts. You were
Yeah.
all
Jeans that always dragged under past my shoe under my heel. That was
You weren't
always ripped and
you had the
dirty.
athletic look, but I feel like you weren't very
Oh no, I was
athletic.
not athletic at all. The only athletic
We are not
activity I did
athletes.
that
We are not built for that. That's not
I'm an
what we
athlete
do.
now.
Yeah, you are now.
No, now I'm an athlete.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, but you're not like a runner. You're it's still
There's more
No, it's-
sports than running, Leanne.
I don't know why.
It's like I'm athletic. You don't run.
at a swimmer. You don't run. You're not an athlete.
Who are you?
I bet swimmers.
Tiger Woods.
You're not an athlete. You don't run.
God.
Oh,
I feel
man.
like you all are way better at this radio thing. So I don't even listen to like podcasts. Like Parker's
What's
radio.
wrong with
So
you?
rude. You don't listen to my show.
Leanne Page.
I'm sorry. I like work a lot.
I get it.
I'm sorry.
No.
But I always like that you post like when you post them. And I like
Thank you.
listen. I listen to them like once in a while.
You should have heard last week's episode. I had my friend Olivia was on. She's like my best friend,
I
and she
saw
played a
that.
game.
I saw that one.
I just came up with that game, and it was like it worked out really well.
Also, you all have been friends since like 2005 and we've never met.
Olivia, she's
Yes.
my neighbor now. We can go over to her house.
Really?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yes.
Olivia, if you're listening, we're coming over.
Hey, Olive.
Get prepared.
Yeah.
Wake
Oh, wow, that sounded super creepy. No, just get ready to like meet us. That's all. Yeah, I was just gonna say hi. That's it.
Anyway,
say-
My Chemical Romance. They're not a band anymore. That's all I really have to say about
Really?
them.
They're not? When did they break up?
2013.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh
so
my God.
5
Because of
years
us.
ago.
Yeah. Did y'all kill My Chemical Romance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
I hope your romance isn't
It
chemical.
was like chemically
It was
imbalanced.
chemically toxic.
Chemically. Well, and there was that, and then also another thing related to bands. So, so you all love Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
or so I
We're going to see
remember.
him August 1st.
See, that's,
that's
the statement
awesome.
that I'm about to talk about.
Go for it.
So, like how we've all decided to call Brendan Urie
Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco. So I just need to know the history behind that. So like, did it used to be a band, or did Brendan Urie say, "Hey"?
He's the only founding member still there.
But
like-
there were
Oh.
others.
Yes, they were like,
Are there still others?
Kristen, get the mic. Who was in the band?
Welcome.
Okay. I don't remember the bassist name. She's new. Do you remember Emily?
Nicole or something.
Nicole. She's
Nicole's
the
a
bass
bassist.
player.
Okay.
And then Dan is the drummer. And then Kenny, I believe, is the guitar player.
They're all relatively new, and Brendan, obviously. So,
And
So
Brendan.
four
no
of them.
one cares about anyone else but like the main
Brendan,
guy.
yeah.
Brendan
Well,
says
well,
we're just
I mean,
like
that's
My
debatable.
Chemical Romance and then those others.
Gerard Way.
Oh.
That's a
That's debatable. There are some people that like really
like the
and support
super
them.
fans.
Yeah.
Are like they're all like,
They're-
oh my God, Kenny.
Their old bass player, his name was Dallin, and there are still people. He went off and did a solo career, and there are still people that like support him.
I feel like
and love
he has.
him.
I feel like he has new members every time he releases an album. It feels like.
Every era, he just introduces.
Yeah,
new
but it's still
people.
him.
Okay, so it's like
Hi,
Panic at the
Parker.
Disco is Brandon Urie featuring these artists,
Pretty much.
or like
Pretty
these,
much.
Pretty much.
these guys, and they will inevitably change.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'd be like that. But yeah, My Chemical Romance is no longer a band. I don't even know who's in it besides Gerard Way and Mikey Way. And there's a guy named Ray, and I think there's a Frank, and I think there's another one.
So there's like a Gerard Way, someone Ray.
Well, I
Yeah.
know who Gerard Way or Jared Way or whatever.
Yeah.
He did something with Dead Mouse. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was oh man, what was that? Oh, God, it's like one of my favorite songs, and I listen to it all the time. And
It'll come to you.
God, but their music video is awesome because they're like it's supposed to be like the UFC, but they're just piloting giant robots to beat each other up. It's awesome.
I'm googling it. Professional.
Oh,
that one?
Professional Griefers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. It's awesome. And
There
they're
he
like sitting
is.
in like this giant like gaming chair, and they're like trying to fight each other. It's so cool.
Wait, y'all, I just googled him. Is he the bleach blonde fellow?
He had many hairstyles. Yes.
Okay, but like that's
Yes.
his modern look
Yeah. So
featuring.
I am still. I bloomed very late when it came to my emo phase. I think I'm still in it a little bit. So
Never left.
yeah, I never
Yeah,
left.
I got
but you
sucked
also
in
you
by
did
my
more
peers.
of kind of like
Scene.
yeah, I was gonna say yeah, you had like your own niche.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me
And then
pull
you
it up.
moved into
Yeah.
kind of like
It's
that
really
punk.
weird. I was very influenced by people. My friend Rosa
that's how it
first introduced
starts.
me to my friend Rosa first introduced me to My Chemical Romance when we were like 11, and she was really into it, and I was like, this is so like depressing and stuff like that, so I didn't listen to it, and then I got dumped.
And then she got old, and life hit her, and she realized
Yeah.
how sad life actually is.
Yeah, and so I started
and how
listening.
relatable this music is.
and now I'm over it, and now I'm like, wow, their music is really great still.
Wow, this really spoke to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So before we go, I'm gonna play this song, and we'll be right back in a second. But this is one of my favorite songs, Helena by My Chemical Romance. Stay tuned. That was Helena by My Chemical Romance, one of my favorite songs by them. And I wish we had more time, guys, but
Yeah, that'd be
thank you
awesome.
for joining me. So I like to do a brief moment of reflection of what I talked about today.
Cool.
I talked about Ant-Man a lot. You should definitely go see Ant-Man and the Wasp. Stop sleeping on Scott Lang. Go check him out. He deserves validation just as much as Tony Stark, y'all. And I talked a little bit about Impractical Jokers before y'all got here, just as a filler. I like that show. Check it out on truTV. They have I think they're still in season 7, so watch it.
Great show.
They just recorded a movie too, so
really?
Yeah, Impractical Jokers movie. So check that out whenever it comes out, probably next year.
Cool.
And we talked with my cousins and
hello,
Kristen. So yeah.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank you for coming. This is incredible.
Sorry we're late.
No, it's all good.
It's a lot of fun, and if I lived here, I would try and get on every single week.
You're more than welcome to do that.
Awesome.
And also, you can call
fly
in.
back.
Just fly back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Phone a friend.
Yeah, phone a friend.
You call me.
Yo, yeah. If you want to just like call me, and I'll let you know if I'm just like free. Yeah, I will straight up just talk.
Absolutely. We should
100%.
definitely do this again.
Yes.
Blessed.
I had a great time. And it's cool talking about like Marvel stuff. Like I just got into Marvel, so it's like crazy talking about it with people
well, because
now.
Parker and I read the comics a
Yeah.
lot, you know, and so it's like, especially in high school, something that we were very passionate about.
Yeah.
Mm.
It wasn't particularly cool though at the time.
Yeah. See, like we're kind of hipsters about that. We did it way before it was
Yeah.
cool. In fact, people would actively be like, "How old are you guys?" And we would just be like, "Old enough to enjoy it."
Yeah, I like
But-
how it's cool now. Like everybody loves,
Yeah.
except for Kristen.
It's like now if you don't like,
Justice for Tom Holland. That's all.
She loves Spider-Man and she liked
Ooh.
Ragnarok.
Snack.
So that's all that matters.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so.
I think
good."
he's probably coming back. I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah, especially since Spider-Man.
They got that young, fresh face. They're not getting
He's
rid
chilling
of it.
with Bucky and the Soul Stone.
Y'all,
Like
Tom
well,
Holland
Spider-Man
has a
2,
special place in my
like,
soul.
is coming out, and the
Yeah.
name that
Far
it's,
From Home.
Yeah, Far From Home, and it's going to be a lot in, like, I guess London.
I saw a post on Twitter that was like, I love it when movies come full circle. Like Tony Stark had to watch Spider-Man die in his arms, and now Spider-Man is gonna watch Tony Stark die in his arms.
Absolutely.
Dun dun dun.
My heart.
Oh my goodness.
Well, at least
I know.
Sebastian Stan's contracted for like 5 more movies, so we just know that we will always have Bucky just looking sad.
We
It's
love
gonna
Bucky.
be great.
Yes.
Bucky is the face of My Chemical Romance. Anyway, hey, me and Olivia came up with this segment accidentally last week. We call it Mark Ruffalo if you're listening, and so let's end with that. So it's hilarious. No, for real, real quick. I watched The Normal Heart last night and it broke my heart. So Mark Ruffalo, if you're listening, can you please do a movie with a happy ending for once, so I could see your naked body like without tears in my eyes, please?
Oh.
Amen.
Yeah.
Can I get an amen?
Anybody else have anything to say to Mark Ruffalo? What?
I brought one up earlier. Okay, let me borrow this mic real quick. So, Mark Ruffalo, if you're listening, you've been in some great movies, great quality. There's this movie called Barnyard, and I have some complaints. So
He
if
wasn't
you
in
could-
it.
No, I understand that, but he is in good movies, and if he would like to share some
Remake.
advice,
Remake
remake,
Barnyard.
Chris Hardwick, was
any
in Barnyard. So.
helpful hints for the people who made Barnyard. Thank
Yeah.
you.
A
I want
live
him-
action Barnyard.
I want another live action Fairly
Live
Odd Parents
action.
movie, and
For
he's
real.
Timmy Turner's dad.
Y'all, so your segment next week, I want to know what a live action Barnyard looks like.
Oh God. On that note, we're gonna take it out with a song Kristen picked by Van Halen called "Jamie's Crying." Follow me on social media. You know what the handles are. I can't think right now. But yeah, tune in next week, same time, same place. Thanks for listening, everybody. Until next time, this is Emily for Emily's Playhouse. We'll see you next week.